Well, I'm not sure if I knew I was destined to be, but I knew for sure when I was about 14 years old and looking at magazines and things like that, and just having that desire for speed. You know, I thought, man, I got to do this. You know, I want to be like these guys in the magazine someday. I always told people when I was, fairly young, I said, I want to race, and I want to have my fun. And then when I'm done racing, then I want to get married and have a family. And it's like, wow, I just never envisioned, still being able to do this, like we have been able to. And it's just been unbelievable, awesome.
Super Rod, it's Kurt Neighbor in the near lane against David Rampy.
Talk about your tall orders. Rampy there on the left-hand side, and you can see that Neighbor is already red-lighted. Rampy has become almost a legend. He just keeps coming out and piling on week after week after week, more championships.
David Rampy, winner of the Super Rod division.
It's hard to say, but I mean, Don was a great mentor to me. And I always feel that the Lord puts people in your life to make a difference in your life. And so I felt like, racing was what I wanted to do. And then when he came into my life, then that started to make my racing program a lot better. And so, therefore, I definitely feel like that I would not be near as successful as I am because the Lord put him in my life for a reason, He was definitely not a selfish person. I think he got as much good or as much happiness out of me being successful as he did him being successful. It's kind of funny. I think sometimes the Lord prepares you for certain things. And, I had some people criticize me a little bit for going ahead and finishing the weekend, the day, keep racing. And I told people, I said, that's what he would have wanted. Me and him discussed the fact we traveled a lot together, so we spent a lot of time talking to each other. And we actually were together that weekend. I pulled his enclosed trailer behind my ramp truck that weekend. So we had talked about things like that. What if one of us got killed? What if, and we had that discussion. And it was very difficult to go through it, but it was like I'd already kind of been prepared. We had talked about it. Like, I don't know why we talked about it. So to me, for some reason, that's why it was, it was going to happen. So for some reason, I was better prepared because we had talked about, if something like that ever happened. And but it was very difficult. But just you got to go forward, and was able to really get involved with. My life kind of took a little bit of a different course after that happened,
The other side of the ladder, it is David Rampy, the Pro Stock rookie, up against Kurt Johnson, the Pro Stock rookie. And KJ's got the lane choice there, a 722 to a 725. First ever final round, David.
Well, we're just thrilled to death to be here. This Winnebago Oldsmobile Dunny Gardner prepared car is just doing a great job, and things just been going our way today.
723, and by beating Kurt, that makes Warren the Winston champion.
Well, that part don't bother me. All we worried about trying to win this race.
Sure it didn't. Steve, it's all a matter of priorities for David Rampy.
I think that I felt more pressure to perform in Pro Stock because we had more people involved in the program. Whereas the Sportsman program, it's just kind of my family, and you know, there's a few sponsors. So the pressure probably was more for Pro Stock because I had a car owner and, you know, and people working on the crew, more people, and then, you know, that probably was more pressure. But this just being, it's family owned, you know, I own it and my wife, and, you know, so there's probably not as much pressure in that sense, you know. A lot of people asked, who do you get up for and who do you not get up for? I realize that maybe your thought process is a little bit different, but to be honest, I try to race everybody about the same, because at any given moment, any one person can beat you. So it's kind of, if you relax against this guy, then he you know, you're going to get beat by him. And there's a lot of great drivers. But I'd like for people to remember me as just being an honest, down-to-earth person, one that was successful, but he never forgot where he came from.